Guten Abend. I'm from Belgium, so yeah, German is one of our official languages. I don't speak it well, and I write in English. I was born after the war, and I would like to keep it that way. Apparently that makes me naive, because I know that children bang their heads in fear against the wall. People go mad. Soldiers could lie at the front in Kharkiv for 24 hours before they're being found, because medics are being shot. There's no rules in war anymore. Schools are bombarded. 7th of October, we lost a lot of colleagues in the kibbutz in Israel, and what came after is even beyond words. War is everything you cannot imagine, and it's worse than the Second World War. My grandmother-in-law spent 4 years in her basement while the Germans camped in her house. Then later the English camped in their house, and she was left untouched. It's different now. There's no rules, and in Ukraine, soldiers are literally in holes in the ground. It's worse than World War I. But I'm naive, so what is the solution? Here's an emergency packet that will stop all the pain, and it will mean that you won't need to queue for water. I don't know if you've ever seen pictures of a war. Where would you queue for water? So it's my job to be close to victims and to try and prevent peace and to encourage diplomacy. So I don't write about that too much, because I cannot name any example of a war that ended with war. It always ended with dialogue, but I can give you plenty of examples of individuals or groups that ended wars. That makes me naive. Ile Sainte-Marguerite. The juvenile seagull still in my tracks hears me out. Man is not your friend, chick. Yesterday's gecko in the pine needles and dirt, playing camouflage and seek, did not believe me either. Collecting the rages of store-bought grapes, I know I am a guest here. Pack your stuff and leave. Creaking curiosity at my heels shifts into frozen beads every time I stop and look back. Must not laugh. In August, cicadas steal the waves lapping and every other sound on the island. I held the sanctuary in its forest and built forts on the beach, since the sky had dropped my castle and it smashed to seashells. A pair of girls in white and grey wedding attire swoops in, viciously picking on their young and hurrying into safety, a little way away. I don't know if you know, but there's this little book called 1919. You can buy it for 20 euros. You can buy mine for 10, but it's much more. Madness. It is a minstrel calling for concern, while castle lords have their vessels jump through hoops. We see Facebook posts triumph that inflation has fallen and groceries are cheap again, while wise women bequeath eggs and gold teeth in their will. We hear the beat of war drums and secretaries of defense who dream of avenues named after them, while billions are still being found where millions for healthcare evaporated. We feel anger when patients are labeled fraudsters while being cheated by old age or theft by executive order. We recognize an oligarchy when a lineup of technocrats make believe that they have dictated 1984, Mein Kampf, or anything Hannah Arendt wrote. Make it sound good and look nice. Keep us dumb and dumber. We might laugh at your command. Reynard the Fox reigns supreme while King Noble struggles to hold court today. It is a jester crying out for empathy and earth clinging to cherry blossoms.
And welcome to the stage, Jaan Malin.
Jaan in the house. This one is called Formation. He was perfect, just not for me. A volcano, he pitied. You are unstoppable, he felt the need to explain. I had skipped a class I shouldn't have. A-levels of taciturn hands, tiny this and that's. He had A-level imagined me, as he pahoy-hoyed how my wild, rumbling over ambitious adventures had blown my chances of being in a balanced relationship. The train stiffened to a halt. See you. As soon as the shade of the last coach had cleared from the station, high noon was blazing hot in my face. You are unstoppable, the day insisted. A fully seasoned black woman, Hawaiian archipelago in occasional sun, I could triumph how the flashing railway lights winked at me and I winked back, while I blinked quite a few times before I crossed those hoary tracks. Thank you.